I could be wrong, you know, but I think it was the best election night party we ever had.
Well, they certainly were a happy group.
It should have been, with the father of the candidate buying drinks all the way around.
Hey, well, now, how about another round on the house? It isn't every day that a father has his son win a primary election.
True.
Now, I reserve the right to buy a drink or two on special occasions.
Darling, very nice for Frank. In spite of all the whooping and the hollering and the handshaking and the congratulations, I looked at him and I thought he looked mighty sad.
Because of Jill? Yeah. Is there anybody besides me who, when she came in the door, had some wild hope that maybe, somehow...
I think we all said a prayer.
Asking a lot, with Ray right there.
I guess so. Well, back to the salt mines.
So early, sweetheart?
Yeah, Siobhan's there already. Volunteers are coming in late. So I thought this would be a good time for us to go over some of the ground rules.
Ground rules? Why?
Oh, well, so the office will be humming between now and November and Frank's selection.
Hip, hip, hooray! Huh? Look, don't have to worry about the baby. Thanks to the strike, I got plenty of time.
You're terrific. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, my darling.
John, stop feeding that piece to the taste. He'll never leave us alone.
One bite is all I gave him, for heaven's sake.
Your nose should grow an inch.
Dog is here to stay.
Oh.
What somebody brought into the bar? It's a New Jersey paper with Jack Cowan in it.
How'd that happen?
What a service.
And it's all about Frank.
No kidding. Let's see it.
I think it's safe to leave you here now, huh?
I like the way it starts.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you'll find any objection to that one.
Ryan's upstate campaign swing was characterized by a willingness to answer questions and refresh and honesty in stating his positions. Mr. Ryan does not deal in half-truths or evasions, oh, Jack.
Someday I'm gonna write a story about you. Big dog with big heart.
Yes, and with big appetite. Oh, Jack, this is really a wonderful column.
Really nice. And every once in a while, Finelli, you really amaze me.
A compliment from Johnny Ryan.
Now, don't you two start. You stop. Don't spoil the moment. I want this to be a happy morning. Francis, the chosen candidate, and Faith getting better every day. We have much to celebrate.
You're right, of course, my dear.
I'm always right.
Thank you for this, Jack. Thank you.
You're welcome, Johnny. Faith's recovering, but what about Tom?
Can't be sure.
Last night, he hung around to help me close up the place. And he got the conversation around to the accident again. Who was there, how it happened. He says he can't get the whole picture of how it happened in his mind yet.
You think he has some idea Pat was on board?
And I don't know.
And maybe we made a big mistake in not telling him the whole truth right to begin with. You know, if he finds out now that Pat was at the wheel when the accident
Look,
happened...
it was Faith herself who insisted that we not tell him the truth.
I know,
right?
I know.
Come on.
Just a minute, please.
And I don't like him being a grandstand quarterback.
Jack, I have the feeling that we're about to have a visitor.
Good morning. Have you got a few minutes for me?
I'm sorry, Charlie, but none of the volunteers are in the office yet, and we'll get it to you as soon as we can. Wait a minute, the other phone. Ryan for Senate press office. Will you hold the line a minute? I'll be right with you. Charlie, look, I have got to go. We'll get it to you. Don't worry. Hello, may I help you? I'm sorry, this is the press office. What you want is campaign headquarters. Yeah, I can get that number for you. That's it. Fine. Oh, look for Dave Feldman. He's gone. Good morning again.
Hi. The phones are starting early.
I can't stand this. Riverside Donut Shop. We've got to have 5 minutes of quiet.
Absolutely. What's been going on?
Everyone is hysterical about Frank's plurality. Charlie is begging for more copies of the victory statement.
Well, that can wait. What else? Anything else special?
No, just the usual chaos.
Hey, I owe you some thanks for coming in early and covering for me.
No thanks required. You were bleary-eyed last night, and you had to come all the way uptown.
Well, the extra sleep was wonderful.
Good. Just so you don't feel you weren't missed, there's a stack of messages over there on your desk.
I'll get to that later. What I'd really like to do is take a minute to go over the whole business of you sending out the wrong press release.
If we have to. Look, Mary, I'll tell you again, I'm sorry. It's probably the stupidest thing I ever did.
I'm not looking for apologies. I just need some sort of reassurance that nothing like that will ever happen again.
Why do you think it's going to happen again? I could have cost Frank the election.
Yes, that's exactly my point. That's exactly why it can't happen again. Look, to get to the bottom line, I guess I mean what I meant last night when I said that another mistake and I'm going to have to fire you. And that's the last thing in the world that I want to do.
Wait a minute, let's not play games here. If you want me out of here, I will quit right now.
Nobody wants you out of here.
I mean it, Mary. You just say the word and I will be gone.
Look, what I want is some assurance that there'll be no more disasters.
One quick way to guarantee that I'm going to make a mistake is to say that I'm not allowed to make a mistake.
Look, I'm not talking about little mistakes. Everybody makes those. I'm talking about disasters.
You sound as if you think I want to cause a disaster.
Well, that's a possibility.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's just a theory.
Like what?
And actually, Jack doesn't agree with it.
Ah, splendid. So the entire family is getting together around the old coal stove theorizing about Siobhan.
But there might be something in it.
I'm all ears.
Well, the idea is that you might have some unconscious need to cause trouble.
An unconscious need.
And therefore try to get attention to yourself. Look, we're a pretty competitive bunch.
Let me assure you, I have no conscious or unconscious need to make trouble for Frank or any other member of this family, and I never did. And the only thing I ever did wrong was to say the truth at an inappropriate moment.
Yeah, which practically knocked Frank's whole political career out of the box office.
Mary, I put the wrong press release in an envelope. It was a stupid mistake, not conscious on any level. And it was damn hard for me to get that release back from Wes. Now, do I get any credit for that or not?
Yes.
Well, then why don't you just remember that next time you're chewing the fat about old Siobhan?
Look, you're taking this wrong. We all talk about each other because we care about and are interested in each other. And there was no what's wrong with Siobhan session. I'm sorry if I made it sound like there was. I was just trying to figure out how the mistake happened. And I'm sorry if I got mad before, okay?
Okay. I'll accept that. But there's one thing. If you want me out of here.
No, I want you here. I like you here, really. I just don't want any mistake that big to happen. I mean, Frank has too much at stake.
All right, that's fair.
Okay. So now, so we can both cool off, I'll take these victory statements over to Charlie's.
Okay. I'll hold down the fort here.
Siobhan.
Yeah?
Nothing.
All right. No mistakes now, Siobhan. Good morning, Brian.
Come in, darling. Have you seen Faith?
She phoned me at 7 o'clock this morning.
Did she really? How about that?
Well, the nurse dialed for her, but she was strong enough to hold the phone herself. And she sounded words better.
Oh, sit down and have some tea with us. Isn't it wonderful? And won't it be wonderful when she's able to be home and put this whole terrible business behind you?
It will. Though from my point of view, there is something that would make it all seem less terrible beginning right now.
Oh, what would that be, Tom?
I wish I knew exactly what went on the houseboat.
Well, look, Tom, we've already told you everything we can.
When it comes to plain facts, nobody's told me much of anything.
Darling, wouldn't it be healthier to just let go of it and get on with the fact that Faith is getting better and well? Hmm?
It's sad about the baby, but you got Faith back and you can start on your family when you're ready.
Yeah.
We've just all been sitting around the table here celebrating the primary some more. Oh, and Jack wrote the most splendid column about Francis.
Right, he did. Just wait till you hear it. Where is it? Oh, yeah, here. Here, Ryan's upstate campaign swing was characterized by a willingness to answer questions and a refreshing honesty in stating his positions. Mr. Ryan does not deal in half-truths or evasions.
Well, if Frank managed to put himself over as an honest man, which, of course, we all know he is, though it isn't easy to project, it's no wonder there was a landslide.
He did well all the way around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People support an honest man. If there's one thing I can't handle very well, it's the fact of people lying to me. Probably, I suppose, because my mother had to lie to my father a lot of the time about my brother and me. I hated her for having to do that. And I was ashamed of us for needing to be protected. And I was ashamed of the position my father put us in. And ever since that time, I've had a great deal of trouble dealing with any situation when I feel people aren't telling me the truth.
Well, it's only natural, Tom. I mean, nobody takes the fact that they think they're being lied to very well.
I always waited for the day that she'd break off one of those long explanations of hers and say, all right, forget about that. This is the truth. It would have been so much better for everybody, but it never happened.
Look, I don't know your mother, and I don't know what happened back there. But she must have had a reason for doing what she did.
But she wasn't honest.
Well, you know, sometimes, Tom, it's difficult to judge why a person does or doesn't deal with the plain facts. Sometimes the plain facts can be more misleading than a lie.
I better go to the office. The work's piled up since Faith's been sick.
Well, you give Faith a hug for all of us, hmm?
Yeah, I will, to be sure.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye, Tom.
I think he knows.
How could he? How could he have found out?
Well, if he does, all our covering up is only going to make Pat look guilty as hell.
Imagine all kinds of things have been going on between Faith and Patrick.
Well, maybe we should just take him at face value. Maybe he's confused. He just doesn't know what actually went on.
Maybe.
Maybe it's a wild goose chase, but I'm going to try and find out if I can find out what he does know or what he doesn't know. See ya. Hi. Where's Mary?
Campaign errands, if you want to phone her.
It'll hold. I'd like to ask you a question. If I'm allowed to deflect the campaign for a few minutes, about Tom Desmond.
Okay.
I was just wondering if you have any sense that Tom may know that Pat was on the houseboat the night of the accident.
I haven't talked to Tom. It'd be pretty rough on Pat if he did know.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack.
But don't worry, I'll find out what I can. And hey, you know, for somebody whose brother had a smashing primary victory, you're not too chipper this morning. Wes caused you any trouble last night?
No. Actually, I liked him. Once he got the idea into his head that I was leveling with him, he was very decent about it all.
Now, that's not his reputation.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know about that. I was honest with him, and he was very nice.
Well, considering what's happening to Tom, I guess that reminds you of the old adage. Honesty is the best policy.
You bet.
Well, if it wasn't Wes, must have been something else.
What?
Put you in the mood that you're in.
I'm thinking of quitting.
Quitting?
Yeah, the press office. Before something else happens while I'm just a little bit ahead.
Mary's still mad, huh?
Yeah, and I am too.
Look, I would take it as a personal favor if you didn't quit. Things been a whole lot better since you've been here. Up until that business about the press release, anyway. You've made Mary's life easier and mine.
Well, that was supposed to be the idea.
Besides, Ryans don't quit. I mean, one of Johnny Ryan's kids walked when the going gets rough. I mean, I never heard such a thing.
We're not identical. We didn't come out of the same mold.
Look, nobody knows better than I do what it's like when Mary's mad at you. But she doesn't stay mad. She blows up and then it's over. And she does like having you here. She does. And you don't have to make another mistake.
But what about my unconscious need to make trouble for the family?
Oh.
Aren't you afraid that I might break down and go screaming around the streets, revealing all the family secrets?
Well, if you do, let me know, because I'd like to go along.
Oh, why? You want to pick up the rolling heads?
Take notes, make one hell of a column. Listen, that's much better. Now, look, I was serious about not wanting you to quit. And the reasons I gave you were for Mary and me. But it wouldn't be any good for you to quit.
I hate quitting. But I don't know anything about being a press assistant. There's just too many chances for me to mess up, and I didn't come back here to get the family down on me.
Well, so hang in, do a good job.
I'd like that.
Look, you can do it. You've been terrific so far. Except for one zany moment.
Ha!
You want a simple guideline from an old political reporter who's been dealing with press secretaries for a long, long time?
Yes, I would.
Okay. The whole thing is this. When in doubt, don't say anything.
A big mouth like me?
Until November, it's got to be little mouth.
All right, all right. When in doubt, keep my trap shut.
You got it. Now, look, when the media starts to push you, you smile, relax, and don't lose your temper. And don't argue with them, don't explain, don't amplify, and don't justify.
Okay.
Okay, also, don't ever tell them anything that isn't true. But you don't have to volunteer every single detail. You can refer them to somebody with more experience, Bob Reed, Ray, if you have to.
I never was terribly successful at buttoning my lip.
You can do it.
I think I might.
Look, if anybody gives you a problem, you got to get information on somebody, give me a call. I'm sure I'm going to know everybody you're going to be dealing with, either personally or by reputation.
Why is it that all of a sudden everything seems possible?
'Cause it's all in your head.
I don't have to make mistakes. I don't have to say the wrong thing.
You have it.
I got it! Thanks. I've taken too much of your time. If you want to go find Mary, she's at Charlie Murphy's office.
Great. I'll find it there.
Okay.
Siobhan,
Yeah?
hang in.
Thanks. I will.
Tea is going up, tea is going up. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, tea is going up. Whoop. Someday, my little darling, I'm gonna buy you a beautiful necklace to keep you company. Mary Ryan, eat your heart out. Mwah. Wow. What is that? Maybe that's Tom. Maybe it's a burglar.
Liars! Liars, every bloody one of them! How many other people left in the world?
He must have flipped out. I don't know, maybe he's drunk or something. Tom? Oh, what happened? I heard a crash. You okay?
I'm fine, Dee. Why don't you go back downstairs?
Yeah, well, you know, your hand is cut. You want a towel or something?
I said I'm fine. Now, I'd appreciate it if you go back downstairs and leave me alone.
Yeah, sure.
Go away, Dee! Now!
Yeah, all right, I'm sorry. I'm going.
Hi, I'm Tori Spelling. Grab your croissants and don't forget the latte, and spend the whole morning with me in bed.
Spend breakfast in bed with One Tree Hill and 90210, 7 to 2 every weekend morning, only on SoapNet.